Hello guys, it's Chancellor here doing another Beyblade unboxing. We have a WizardArc, another CX Bay. I've been waiting on this one for a little while now, so I'm actually pretty curious about this bay. I don't know how to feel the color scheme, so I do want to check that out. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this, and we'll see if it looks good or not. Alright, everything out of the box now, so let's go ahead and start checking stuff out. First up we have the instructions and whatnot, so there's that. Also have the launcher, which they no longer seem to be personalized, unfortunately, but yeah, just black and white with a white ripcord, so nothing really of note here, but yeah, I guess. Alright, now moving into the actual parts here. So first up, we got the bit. This is, of course, a Low Orb, so orb, but shorter. Nothing really crazy about it, but yeah, it's kind of yellow. I guess that's nice. Anyway, 455, another ratchet in this kind of weird one-piece style rather than the typical kind of two pieces. So, well, not two separate pieces, but you know what I mean. They kind of twist separately, but yeah, this is just a singular piece. So, yeah, 455. It is the new shortest ratchet in the game. Very interesting. And also, it is four-sided, but it is molded differently than typical four-sided ratchets, so it should be, I think, less bad based on the shape, which is good, but yeah. Moving on to the lock chip, we have Wizard. Wizard chips always look good, so yeah. Definitely does seem to be kind of a yellow-green, though. I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. For the assist blade, we have a Round. I feel like this one also has a little bit of green to it. I don't know about that, but yeah. Definitely weird to see a bit that was always very yellow to kind of have a bit more green going on with it, but yeah. Anyway, it is definitely round. This part is very thin. I'm worried about this breaking, but I'll talk more about that in my CX video I'll be doing next week, so yeah, anyway. Definitely does live up to the name of being round, though, so I guess there's that. And then we have the main blade here, which is Arc. And yeah, definitely has a bit more green to it, which I don't know if I like. Anyway, printed on details, very cool. It is kind of a round blade. It does have this little upper part here, so that might not be as good. It might have more recoil to it. It's also fairly thin. This thing is not replacing Wizard Rod, I know that much, but yeah, looks alright, I guess. So anyway, let's go ahead and actually get to the part weights before I start putting stuff together and actually, you know, talking more about the bay. So just see, I am curious about the weight on this thing. So first up here, we got Low Orb, which is 1.86. 455, only 4.81, typical of these types of ratchets. Wizard, 1.7. Round, 4.65, and Arc, 29.55, and then putting the blade together, 35.88. It's actually a pretty solid stamina blade in terms of weight, I would say. As far as the full combo goes here, it is coming in at 42.56 grams, so you know, it actually pretty solid, I would say. So definitely not bad on weight. So now we're going to put the actual blade together. I'm curious about how this could be oriented. Can this be oriented differently? So this kind of blocks off this. Is it like that on all three iterations? This is a little bit off. Let's see. Yeah, alright. I was wondering if there is like some kind of way to like pair this perfectly with this, but I guess not, so well, it was worth an effort, but anyway. Go ahead and put the chip on like that, and the bit should help to act as a tool to slide on over. There we go. So, is that where I want the gear chip at? I'm not, or the lock chip, I'm not sure. So again, let's mess around with the orientation a little bit to see if I can get any different ones. So this one, or this one, and then I think this is one we just did. Alright, yeah, I guess we'll just go with that. Apologies if this is like technically the wrong one, I'm just getting these now. So anyway, there's a WizardArc Round, or WizardArc, I don't know why I'm off, but anyway. Looks alright, I would say. Again, a little bit more green than I would have liked, but it's not bad either, so I don't know, it's just weird. Very much like a highlighter type of color, not like the lighter yellow we're used to seeing. Anyway, let's go and put the full bay together and see what that, you know, looks like. So, put that on, and then, there we go. Alright, so, here is WizardArc Round 4-55LO Orb. So, because of how CX is, this bait isn't as short as it seems, but you definitely see 4-55LO Orb is quite short itself, though, so I guess that's interesting. But yeah, overall, definitely an interesting looking bay. Don't think I like the color scheme that much. It's not bad, but for what Wizard is, I would have liked something else. I actually wouldn't mind if they went with purple as a secondary color instead of green. This one doesn't have as much, like there's like purple eyes here. I think it'd be cool if they went yellow and purple, maybe? Might just be me, I don't know. I think that could have been a really interesting color scheme to try and work off of, but green, and like this highlighter yellow they're using, I don't know about that. Not really, I don't think I'm too big into this actually. Let's go ahead and compare it to the other wizards. So yeah, see there's more purple here, it's kind of what I wish they would have went with, but yeah. Wizard Arrow and WizardArc. Definitely, you can definitely see the difference here. This one, a little bit different yellow, but this especially underneath, it's like way more green. Yeah, I don't know about that. Definitely some inspiration on the blade, I would say, between like these parts and like these parts, but definitely more unique of a design opposed to like Drawn, how I feel like Drawn Brave is very much, you know, based on Drawn Sword. This one doesn't feel as much based on, like, you know, Wizard Arrow or even WizardArc. And speaking of, not WizardArc, Wizard Rod. Okay, speaking of Wizard Rod, though, we have here Wizard Rod, so definitely not beating this bay competitively. And yeah, I really like the yellow here. I'm not as big into this color scheme. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's not like a bad color scheme, it's just seeing what we could have had, I prefer this, but I think more people are going to prefer this, honestly. I think I'm probably in the minority with liking yellow a lot, so yeah. Anyway, I just think yellow and purple could have been really interesting, but anyway, yeah, so. Alright, WizardArc. I don't know why I kept getting the names mixed up between the other wizards, but no, this is WizardArc. Anyway. So what do I think of this bay, you know, as a whole? I think, conceptually speaking, like Drawn Brave, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. It is short, which is interesting, but it is still just kind of a basic stamina type, and doesn't do anything overly crazy, I don't think, so, well, I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because it is the first of a line. It's a new stamina type, starting off the line. Sure, it's decent, I guess, and it works in that regard, so I think 5's fair. Design-wise, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I think it's solid. I think the, you know, physical design, like the, you know, stickers here, I think the overall shape, kind of what they were going for, like around 455, you know, lower, but I think it all works well. It's nothing crazy though, and also, yeah, the color scheme, I don't think I'm too big on personally, so yeah, not bad, just not my ideal for what I would have liked, so yeah, nothing else to say about this bay. It's just kind of a stamina type, honestly. There's not much, again. It is a start of CX, so I guess you can't really expect too much out of a Wave 1 bay, so that's kind of all I have to say about it. So, yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.